of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here, and it is such a joy to have you here this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have to get my little clicker. Hold on just a minute. I want to share with you our vision here at Unity of Tucson. It is this: we envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. Look, our congregation is growing. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. If you're watching online, you're going to see some beautiful faces popping up on your screen as we run our welcome video of all the people in our community who've submitted. And we have a great opening song that celebrates this month's theme of light, and I'm going to throw it over to Linda Ackerman.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Feel free to get up and dance.
I'm going to go on the dance floor, be the one to raise my hand. Not afraid to state my case or be afraid to take a stand. I'm not going to play it safe or wait for a sign. I'm going to throw myself out there and let my light shine. And it shine, gonna shine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. I'm gonna go for my dreams, won't let nothing in my way. Opportunity is my mantra, practice kindness every day. I'll take time to connect, I'll take time to have fun. I wanna know I'll use up every drop before this life is done. Gonna shine, gonna shine. I let my big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. For too many years I've hidden from my light, fearing I wasn't enough, for who I was just wasn't right. I heard this voice from within and from above: you're here to be a shining light, to give and receive love. I am a being of power, a being of grace. The life that I live is on the smile on my face. I love myself so I can love you too. I know if I believe it, there ain't nothing I can't do. Gonna shine, gonna shine. Let's let our big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. From now on, no more hiding from this truth. We are more than enough. Love is here and ours to choose. Just listen to the voice that guides us from within. We're here to be a shining light, just like we've always been. So go for your dreams, don't let nothing in your way. Opportunity is your mantra, practice kindness every day. Take time to connect, take time to have fun. Go on and use up every drop before this life is done. So to shine, let's all shine. Let's let our big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine. Gonna shine, let's all shine. Let's let our big, bright, brilliant beam of radiant light shine.
Linda Ackerman. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are a spiritual community here at Unity of Tucson. We are here to teach practical tools for a better life. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the senior minister here, and it's such a joy to welcome you all to this beautiful, beautiful day in this beautiful, beautiful place. And you know, the thing to know is that wherever we are, it is a beautiful day and a beautiful place if we decide for it to be. I do want to say hello to everybody who is watching online, let you know that you are energetically here. I know that you are here. I feel you. I'm grateful that you are part of this spiritual family as well. A couple of things that I want to let you know about right off the top. So last week I announced during the announcement section that we're going to do this birthday draw. So as you were coming in, you might have been asked if you were celebrating a birthday during the month of May. If you are celebrating a birthday during the month of May and have not filled out a form, would you raise your hand? And we'll see if there's anybody who's celebrating in May. So I see a young lady back there. So the way that this works, and if you're online, you can also participate in the birthday draw if you want to go to unitytucson.com/birthday. The way that this works is we're collecting the names and the birth dates of those who are celebrating in May. When you choose one of the charities that we have vetted here at Unity of Tucson, later on in the service, we're going to do a draw, and whoever wins the draw, the charity of your choice will receive a portion of our tithe here at Unity. Doesn't that sound like a nice way to celebrate? Yeah. Also, if you're watching online for the first time today, we would love to get to know you a little bit better. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, you can fill out the Connect card and let us know that you are here with us, and what a great joy it is to have you here. It is my belief that we can engage and activate purposefully our own spiritual evolution. What does that mean? It means that there is this thing called God, there's this thing called spirit, there's this thing called consciousness. It is beyond any word, it is beyond any name. It is ineffable. And we can activate it as the joy of our lives. And when we activate it in ourselves, well, life just gets better. So we teach practical tools to engage that every single day. So we can activate that evolution. We can activate that spiritual change within each and every one of us. Let's read together, as an affirmation of this purpose, the words of our mission statement. Here they are for you. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. What we teach here is that our inherent nature is divine. And we've distilled this down, or at least in my experience of this thing called spirituality, we've kind of distilled it down to 3 tenets that I carry with me, and these are the tenets. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. I believe that this transformation is possible. Absolutely possible. I don't know why I'm holding this. It's like a safety blanket, I guess. I believe that spiritual transformation is possible, and it is our work to awaken ourselves to that spiritual magnificence. And so I would love for us to take a look around, and if we've been here before, we know what we're looking for. We're looking for some beautiful new faces that perhaps we have not seen before. So just take a look around, and if you're online, I would love for you to reach out and just say hello. And as we see some new faces, let us let them know what we know about them. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. And we are here to celebrate your magnificence. We are here to celebrate our own magnificence. And so I think we should all exclaim for ourselves, I am magnificent. Let's all say that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I am magnificent. So continue to acknowledge the beautiful faces of the spiritual family. If you're online, go ahead and reach out and acknowledge the beautiful people that are watching online with you using the chat function. And while you're doing that, I'm going to invite Karen King to the platform. So just take a moment to just look around, and I see you. You are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And so Karen is going to lead us through a time of quieting, a time of centering. And so I invite you all to simply relax right where you are. Karen.
Thank you. Let's take a moment now and close your eyes if it is comfortable for you. And take a few deep, slow breaths to relax your mind and your body. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make your breaths long, slow, and steady. Rhythmically inhale and exhale until you move into this present moment. When you are in the moment, you are entering a world of possibility, a world of recognition. And now let's focus on our monthly affirmation. The whole of me is the light and the life of divine magnificence. The whole of me is the light and the life of divine magnificence. Now say it with me. The whole of me is the light and the life of divine magnificence. And now, there is a powerful intelligence within you that is giving you life, which loves you so much that when your will matches its will, when your mind matches its mind, and when your love for life matches its love for you, it always responds. On this day, we honor a divine feminine in our makeup. We, as spiritual beings in a milieu of human experiences, acknowledge qualities of a divine feminine in each person, regardless of gender. We celebrate a goddess within that connects us to all that is sacred. Our ability to be creative, to utilize our intuition, to receive messages from our feeling sense rather than our thinking sense, and to manifest loving collaboration with others. We turn away from all coping mechanisms within our modern day life. We make space for these qualities to surface with these words. I see myself experiencing every aspect of creation: birth, renewal, healing, restoration, acceptance, connection, oneness, and receptivity. I gratefully welcome nurturing, growth, and understanding, insight, empathy, and compassion into my life. I love myself enough to turn this vision of my destiny to a greater mind and bask in a light of improved emotional and physical health. I love life. I love my life. I am magnificent, and so it is. So it is.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day, and I am kinder every moment, every day. Yes, I am grateful every moment, every day.
Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful centering and prayer. I invite Lydia to join me on stage, on the platform here, as one of our keepers of the flames. Always grateful to have you join. We do this ceremony each week as an affirmation of the truth inherent in all faith traditions, in all religious paths, in all spiritual ideologies. And we honor each of those through this tradition called Lighting the Flames of Faith. In this, let us understand together that at the core of all of it, is one thing, and that is love. And so that is what we are honoring with each candle that we light. And so we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the path and the presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. This final candle we light is the healing candle. It represents the healing of any circumstance which requires the revelation of the divine essence, the God essence at the core of all creation. For at the core of all creation is God. And so, as that is revealed, we experience healing. So this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. The candle here to your left is our peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with this understanding that it is representative of the consistent illumination of peace at the core of each and every one of us, right in our hearts. And as we allow that peace that is within to demonstrate or express itself in our experience, our thoughts, our intentions, our words, they become activators of peace in this world. And so we keep this candle illuminated, honoring that. And let's together honor this candle by reading the prayer for world peace together. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. Lydia, join me. We got such good feedback last week when I talked to Wanel that I wanted to invite Lydia to reflect on what has been happening for her this past week. So every week, if you're new here, you'll know that every week I give homework, right? Everybody's like, oh, am I going to get homework today? Am I going to have to actually work at this? If you decide, I don't grade you on the homework, but I do give homework every week. And last week I asked everyone to spend time in meditation. I asked everyone to spend time in meditation, specifically focusing on the affirmation for the month, which is, the whole of me is the light and the life of divine magnificence. So, first of all, did you spend time in meditation this week?
Yes, I did. Quite
You
a bit
did?
of time. Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
And it was beautiful. You know, the first thing I had to realize was that meditation is not just lying down cataleptic on a bed or a sofa.
No.
You can meditate while you're walking in nature, enjoying the beauty of nature. That right there is a beautiful form of meditation. But to me, during my quiet meditation, I saw this huge diamond. And I go, wow, diamond. And it had all these facets in it. And they shimmer, you know, like prisms, like last week's message.
Yes.
And then the message there was that it's us. We're all the different facets, but we're part of the whole.
Yes.
You know how beautiful your message was. And then we came to the affirmation, and I was saying, the whole of me is the light and the life of divine magnificence.
Yeah.
You know, thank you. And then I said, how can I let my light shine brighter? And it came to me by practicing more compassion, forgiveness, love. The world is in such need for love right now, you know. And when you said that Jesus is the light of the world, but then he also said, but ye are the light of the world too. And I love that part because, okay, so now I know I'm going to be radiating more love and healing. We are in such need of healing. And as a Reiki master, that's one of my commitments, to do more healing, send out more healing to our planet, our communities, our congregation, and to all of us.
That's beautiful.
That's what I got.
Yeah. What a magnificent affirmation.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah. And what a great demonstration for each and every one of us. The more we commit to being a healing presence in this world, the more we experience healing in the world. And you're demonstrating that, so thank you for that. And that goes in part with the second part of that too, which is in each interaction, as you interact with people in the world, understanding that they are the light and the life of divine magnificence. Yeah.
Yes.
And because you're looking at me and they maybe can't see it, let's switch places. Because I now want you to see this beautiful butterfly in your hair. Because it's like the diamond, it's like the prism, and it's beautiful that it's shining the light.
I saw prism in today.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Lydia.
Thank you,
Really appreciate that. Lydia Eisenberger. You ready to kick it up a notch? This is a song that was introduced to me by Linda, and I'm so grateful for you introducing to me to this song. Feel free to get up and dance if you feel so moved. Here we go. You got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a light, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, now I feel that light in me. You got love, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got love, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, now I feel that love in me. You got a joy running through you now that just can't be denied. You got a spirit like a firecracker lighting up the sky. You got a power, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a power, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, now I feel that power in me. Take it away. got a joy running through you now that just can't be denied. You got a spirit like a firecracker lighting up the sky. You got a power, you got a power, and it's shining out for everyone to see. You got a power, you got a power, and it's shining out for everyone to see. By some kind of miracle, now I feel that power in me. 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 You know, I love how we're all so very calm and collected, and we do such, churchy music. I love to kick it up a notch. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what? So, you got a light. The theme of this month is light. The theme of this month is light. And as we understand that light, the love and the power at the core of each and every one of us, let us truly deepen into the understanding that as we shine that light, we are nourishing the entire universe. Not just this planet, but the entire universe. I think about the power of light as a nourishing element in this thing called life. Without light, we would not be here. It just would not be, right? The plants, the animals, none of it would be here. And as I was thinking about this this morning when I was putting together my message, what I wanted to talk about today, being Mother's nature, and I'll get to what that is, since it is Mother's Day. I haven't even acknowledged that it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. So today's message is Mother's nature, and I started thinking about the experience of the natural world, and I thought about this time that I was on a sacred retreat in Hawaii. I go to Kauai every year. I didn't go last year, but I am going this year. And I go there for a sacred journey. I go for their sacred experience, and it's sponsored by one of the spiritual centers that's on the island of Kauai and some dear friends of mine. And so we go and we do workshops and we do meditation experiences and we go to the Hindu monastery and we do all of these things. And there was this one year where we went to this place. I don't know I was about to give you if you're on the highway heading north towards Princeville, and after you get past Kealia, I was going to tell you all that, doesn't really matter. But there's this place called the Stone Dam. And it's actually the remnants of what was a sugar plantation on the island. And they've turned it into this beautiful, beautiful kind of sanctuary. And you have to hike in. You park your car and you hike in. It's about a mile and a half to 2 mile hike to get into it. And you go down, and it's just this flowing water. And if you saw the Lord of the Rings trilogy, it's like the Shire. It's really, really exquisitely beautiful. That's, I think, the best way I can describe it. It's like the Shire in the Lord of the Rings. If you don't know what the Shire is, well, that means nothing to you, does it? Well, there was this one experience I had when I was walking to go to the Shire, when I was going to the Stone Dam, and it was this tree that had fallen over. And that's part of life's experience. Life, trees fall over at a point and fell over. And what had happened is the tree had broken open when it fell over. And growing up out of the tree were all of these branches which were essentially making new trees that were growing up. It just made me think about the resilience of nature, the resilience of this thing called life that wants to be expressed. I think about it too when I'm out driving or about, and especially with the time of year where there's wildflowers. It's sad that there weren't as many wildflowers this year because of the dryness of the area. But have you ever had the experience too where you see in the cracks of asphalt or in the cracks of the concrete where there's flowers that just come up and they're saying, you know what, I don't care what the ground below is like. I can root myself here and blossom and grow. Life is resilient. It is absolutely resilient. And that is at the core of each and every one of us, that resiliency. How many places might you think of where you've seen things growing in conditions that were perhaps you might consider less than hospitable or supportive to that growth? How many places might you have ended up yourself where you may have looked around and said, look, this is not seemingly hospitable or supportive of my growth, but I choose to grow? What this tells me, when I look at nature, what it tells me is that there is a tendency for life to continue. There is a tendency that says, yes, it must continue to grow. It's kind of in line with the spiritual evolution that I speak of. The nature of this thing called life is to grow and evolve and flourish. And these things, the tree, the flowers, they just grow. They just grow. They don't have to try to grow. They just grow. So how frequently do we feel like we have to try to grow? We have to try to blossom. We have to try to expand. We have to work really hard at this thing called life. We have to work really hard to get to that next step of enlightenment and say, I am arrived. How many of you are working really hard at this stuff? I know I've had that experience of working really hard to try and up-level my spiritual practice, to up-level my enlightenment, to up-level. Well, at what point do I say, I am enlightened now? I am here now, living the most magnificent life I can possibly imagine. When did we learn that growing was meant to be a challenge? When did we learn that? What is our mental tendency? That's the question that I really want us to start to think about. What is our mental tendency? And each and every one of us, let's just take a moment to reflect right within ourselves. And ask yourself this question. I'm going to state it in the first person, but I want you to hear it in your own mind, in your own voice, asking yourself this question. Is my mental tendency growth or challenge? Is my mental tendency growth or challenge? As something comes up within you, just be an observer. Don't judge it. Because it is in awareness, it is in observation, free of judgment, that we find the path to change. Perhaps tell yourself, if the challenge side of that comes up for you, that you are resilient like those trees and like those flowers. Acknowledge and accept that for yourself. Make the choice. Make the choice. Because choice is the greatest gift. If we were to say that a gift has ever been given to us, choice is the greatest gift that has ever been bestowed upon us. Now, I say, if we were to say that it was given to us, who's giving us the gift of choice? Ourselves. Ourselves. Choice is the great gift, and it can be the great challenge if we let it be. The gift is that we have choice, right? We have choice. We have infinite choice. We are creative beings. We are creative light beings. The challenge can be in those times when, for instance, we choose not to choose. You ever have that experience? Ever choose not to choose, like, oh, I can't make a decision, I'm not going to make a choice. Well, in that, the nature of life is to continue. And so the activity of not making a choice makes you then subject to stuff out there. We don't need to be subject to anything outside ourselves. The stuff out there may not be beneficial to our well-being, to the experience of the life we would like to experience or have. That stuff out there is the culmination of this thing, and I'm going to use a jargon term. It's this thing called collective consciousness. We are immersed in a thing called collective consciousness. Now, I choose at this time in life to say collective consciousness because in the development of New Thought, they came up with a rather unfortunate term to describe essentially the same thing, and it's gotten twisted and misunderstood, and the term is race consciousness. So I don't use race consciousness. But if you look up in the texts in the books of the Fillmores and Ernest Holmes and Emily Cady and Emma Curtis Hopkins, you'll see the term race consciousness. What it means is the collected consciousness of any group. And so we create a collective consciousness in this room. That collective consciousness is extended out by those who are participating in this experience with us online. The entire city of Tucson has a collective consciousness. The state has a collective consciousness. The country, and ultimately, the planet. Charles Fillmore describes this collective consciousness in one direction. He wrote this, erroneous thoughts, this is what he writes collective consciousness to be. Erroneous thoughts that bind us to sin, disease, poverty, war, calamity, and death. Really? That's the only thing that collective consciousness offers for us? Because I totally disagree with that. I'm disagreeing with Charles Fillmore. I totally disagree with that. Collective consciousness is any experience of consciousness of a collective group. So we in this room create a collective consciousness of love, of light, of life, of peace, of power, of beauty, of freedom. Is that what we are creating here in this room? I'm actually asking the question, is that what we're creating here in this room? Yeah. Isn't that why we show up on Sunday? To be reminded of the truth that our place in this world is to step forward as part of the collective to contribute to light, to life, to peace, to power, to beauty, and to freedom. Our work is to shift the collective consciousness from sin, disease, poverty, war, calamity, and death to light, life, peace, power, beauty, and joy, and have that affect us and create the experiences of our life in every interaction of our life, not just here on Sundays. Because when we walk out that door, when we are complete here on Sundays, and we walk out that door, ask the question, am I contributing to the collective consciousness in this direction or in this direction? How do I choose to be? Now, it's very easy. It's very easy when we walk out these doors to fall into that collective consciousness of sin, of all that stuff. I don't want to say it again. It's very easy because it is all around us. That's why we are immersed in this collective consciousness. It is in the news, it's in advertising, it's all around us. We're constantly being bombarded with these messages of, the world is a scary, awful place to live in. Do you agree with that? Because I choose not to agree with that. I choose to say, you know what, I can watch the news. I can watch the news, but then I can use my own consciousness to let that be my guide for what needs prayer in this world. Because I'm going to use an Ernest Holmes quote. I keep doing this, right? It's like, Fillmore, Holmes, Fillmore, Holmes. If you are confused as to why I just made that commentary on my comments, ask me after the service. Ernest Holmes says, one alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. One alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. You, as an individualized expression of this thing called God, have the capacity to change the entire world. Do you have the willingness or the tenacity to actually step into doing that? You may need to start small. I know I needed to start small. I needed to step in and say, okay, if I walk into a room, who am I going to be when I walk into a room? Have you ever had the experience when there's a group of people in a room, perhaps you're at a party. You're at a party, right? Somebody walks in the room and you can immediately feel that energy, that down energy. Talk about one alone in consciousness with the infinite constituting a complete majority, because the degree to which we subconsciously align ourselves with that down energy, it creates challenge for the entire room. But we are the counteragents to that. We can shine our light of love so magnificently that irrespective of what walks through the door, we are one alone in consciousness with the infinite. And we are that great majority that says, all I accept is love and light. And the entire room will go along with it. The entire room will go along with it. So there is a tendency within each and every one of us that falls very easily into race consciousness unless we decide not to. Reproducing that tendency is happening below the level of awareness. And so part of our work in spiritual practice is to bring to light awareness of what is happening in our mind and in our heart. We are either reproducing the tendency, which then reinforces the experience, or we are reinforcing the tendency, which then reproduces the experience. It works both ways. If we give in to the collective consciousness, we just give up our choice. And so I'm saying here today, do not ever give up your choice to be the light of the light, to be the light of love, to be the light of life, to be your most magnificent self. It's real easy for the mind to become lazy. You ever hear yourself saying, I just don't want to think about that. Just don't want to think about that. Sometimes it's nice to let go, but remember that you are always creating. Always, always, always. And so our work is to rise to the level of awareness of what it is we are creating. This is the law of mind action. The law of mind action says that whatever we are thinking in mind shows up in our experience. That's it. Whatever we are thinking in mind shows up in our experience. So the only thing that we ever really need to concern ourselves with is what is happening in our minds, because the experience will always, always follow. That is the nature of nature. The collective mind, the infinite universal mind, said yes to life, and that is why those trees grow. That is why those flowers grow. That is frankly why we grow and we evolve into greater expressions of ourself all the time. That's the nature of nature. It says, yes, I want to live. And nature is the mother of creation. All creation gestates in a womb of infinite acceptance. The seed we plant is the seed in mind. The law of mind action supports only yes. So what are you utilizing the law of mind action for yourself in these days? Are you on top of what is happening in your mind and allowing yourself to say, yes, 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 this is what I choose to experience, and I grow into ever greater expressions of myself? We should allow Mother Nature, as each and every one of us, to do its perfect work to constructively create our lives. And there is no compulsion that is required on our part. We don't need to get in there and get involved with it. Our work is in mind. Mother's nature is to take care of the evolution, the expression. I think sometimes we get so hung up on change your thinking, change your life, that we begin to live in this idea that changing our thought is a hard thing to do. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. If you think that changing your mind is a hard thing to do, I'm going to ask you all, just go ahead and let yourself off the hook today. I hear some people who are in mental muscle. They know that that is what I say all the time. Let yourself off the hook. Sometimes we may fall back into detrimental, habitual mind tendencies, right? If you find that, be gentle with yourself. Just be gentle with yourself. Remind yourself that you are in charge of your mind. And let yourself off the hook. Get your mental self back on the path of change. You are not a victim to the circumstances in your life. You are the one who changes the circumstances through the use of mind action. And this is all part of our natural evolution. So if you are ready to change, if you are ready for change, simply state your requirement. That's it. I require the most magnificent constructive life I can possibly imagine. Live within that construct mentally and see what happens. If you find yourself drifting from that, bring yourself back. I require perfection. Whatever it is, however you choose to phrase it, I require perfection. You are in charge. You are in charge. You are the embodiment of infinite intelligence. So relax in that knowing. Simply relax into that knowing. You can see the effect as you change your mind. You will see the effects in your life. Be willing to recognize the effect with the knowledge that it can always be changed. To create new cause, to engage in Mother's nature, rethink, set your mind aright, and let your mind be bathed in spiritual truth, the truth of constructive thinking. Tap in. Allow yourself to tap into the depths of infinite intelligence. For it is from the depths of infinite intelligence that all invention flows forth. That is how we can embody. That's how we can embody the understanding that is Mother's nature. Mother's nature is the perfect outcome, the perfect birthing of the intelligent mind which you and I are using at all times. You are a light. You are love. You are power. You are a center of creation. You are both father and mother to all that you seek, to all that you experience. Take the step in proving this on a daily basis. That is the honoring of the divine feminine within each and every one of you. And that's my Mother's Day message. Namaste. You ready for the homework? Every morning this week, upon waking, I want you to ask yourself a question. I want you to ask yourself, what am I expecting today? What am I expecting today? And I want you to write down the answer. So keep a little notepad by your bed. Write down the answer. And then ask yourself this question. Am I being honest with myself? And ask yourself this question. Is this what I want to experience today? What is the most productive expectation you can have for the day? In the evening, it's two parts. There's the morning and the evening. In the evening, I want you to check in on your experience throughout the day and ask yourself, did my expectation play out? Did it play out? But here's a really important question to consider as well. Are my expectations my own, or are they what I have accepted from out there? Now, I know it's a lot. If you are on our email list, this will be in tomorrow's email. So all of this will be in the email. I've asked Freddie each week to make sure he writes out what the homework is. So let's just take a moment to reflect right where we are on whatever it is that has come up through us. There is that within each and every one of us which has been touched by something. Perhaps it's the music. Perhaps it's the words of Lydia or Karen. Perhaps it's part of the Sunday message. Allow yourself to resonate with whatever kernel of truth is present for you right here and right now. And simply open to that.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. I am rooted in the assured awareness that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one creative source. There is God and nothing else. This magnificent creative energy is letting itself be known in terms of all creation, and this includes each and every one of us. Our core identity is divine. Our core identity is God. And so all that God is available through and to each and every one of us. And so I claim for each and every one of us, knowing that I am rooted in the infinite creative power as we all are, I claim for each and every one of us that we are on a path of evolving always. That there is that divine feminine nature within each and every one of us that is giving birth to the expression and experience of our lives more magnificently in this moment than perhaps ever before. I do so with a grateful heart, knowing that as we have completed our time here today, as we come to a place of completion, that we are each and every one of us blessed. And in the blessings, life thrives. And so it is with gratitude in my heart that I simply let it be. I relax, release, let go, trust, and know is to be so. And so it is. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. If you would please welcome Laura Cass, the president of our board of directors, to the platform.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Oh, how wonderful to see more than 42 people in this room. I'm really excited. So, This pandemic has done a lot of strange things to our life, right? We have habits now that maybe we never had before. New things have popped up because some old things have gone away. One of the biggest things that's happened, I think, all over the world basically, is the great advent of online shopping. So, it is so easy. I just push that button, the money goes right out of my credit card account, and in a day, if you're with Amazon, or 2 weeks with who knows who, this package shows up. Oh, I am so excited. It may fit me perfectly, and it's usually not too bad. Sometimes the color is pretty yucko, but anyway, many times it doesn't work at all. And it says, same thingy I already have out in the garage or in the kitchen. It's not such a great one. The quality is not too good. Now what am I going to do? Now I have to mail the thing back. It's really all a pain, isn't it? So we have an opportunity to be really joyful, or we have an opportunity to have buyer's remorse. And that happens. But monthly, I do have a charge to my credit card account that I do not have buyer's remorse for. And that is because somebody, and I'm not sure if it's actually in this office, Jonathan, somebody, a munchkin somewhere does this, punches a little button, and I make my monthly tithe to Unity of Tucson. And it's so simple. Again, no buyer's remorse. But why do I do that? What am I getting? When we purchase something, we believe that we're getting something. And what I get is a gift. I don't have to wait till tomorrow. I don't have to wait till next week. It's ongoing. And what started me on that path was several years ago, and this lasted about 14 years, I was a caregiver. And I worked full time. And over time, I could find myself getting really cranky, highly judgmental, just angry with the world. And as time went by, I'm like, knock it off. You know that's not right. What am I going to do about it? I need to find a place that makes me feel good. And never having been a religious person, I wasn't even sure, what's the meaning of spirituality mean? I have no clue. So I tried a couple churches. This was in another Arizona town. And oh my God, they scared me to death. It was like, I left there like, what are they talking about? This isn't what I'm going to sign up for. So I happened to go to a care group meeting, group support. And it was in the fellowship hall of the local Unity Church, which I knew nothing about. But I liked the word. Doesn't unity sound good? I mean, it makes you feel like, ooh, I like this. So I'm going to go try this out. So I did. I went the next Sunday. Well, I'll tell you, everybody was smiling and laughing. They were jiving to the music. The minister gave this talk about Jonah and the whale from a metaphysical standpoint. I'd never heard that. And I'm like, boy, does that make sense to me? I totally get that. And it was almost like what Jonathan was talking about today. It was about options. It was about options. All these people were happy. I'm like, man, I want some of that stuff. So I just started going and going and going. And what I found out, my inner peace has nothing to do with outside circumstances. It's what I choose. And I have learned that I can choose that. So when I see the light at the end of the tunnel, I know it's not the super chief bearing down on me. It's actually the light and love of God coming towards me and holding me in warmth and love and blessings. So if you haven't thought about it, think about how you can get that immediate gratification. Call our office at 520-577-3300, and there's many ways that you can do this. And I am saying that's more than keeping the lights on the church. It's what you give yourself, how you feed your soul. Namaste. together our giving statement. I
I give this gift with love because I love to give.
And have a great week.
Thank you. Under normal circumstances, we would pass the basket, but I just want to remind everybody that there are baskets at the back. So as you're exiting today, you can simply drop your contribution into the basket there. If you're online, you can click on our website, unitytucson.com. There are multiple ways to give there. And you can also text. I have to go back and see what the text number is because I don't remember it. You can text Unity Tucson to 73256 on your smartphone, and you can give in that fashion as well. And I'm deeply grateful to everyone for your support of the vision and mission here at Unity of Tucson. I have a special gift that I want to give today to honor all the mothers. What do you give to the lady who has given all her life and love to you? What do you give to the reason you are living? I could window shop the world before I'm through. Mama, a rainbow. Mama, a sunrise. Mama, the moon to wear. That's not good enough. No, not good enough. Not for Mama. Mama, a palace. Diamonds like doorknobs. Mountains of gold to spare. That's not rich enough. No, not rich enough. Not for Mama. Mama, a lifetime crowded with laughter. That's not long enough, not half long enough. What can I give you that I can give you? What will your present be? Mama, young and beautiful, always young and beautiful. That's the Mama I'll always see. That's for Mama, with love from me. Happy Mother's Day. So there will be a virtual gathering today if you're online on Zoom. The link for that is on our homepage. I am going to invite, have the birthday draw slips come in from the office? All right, here it is. We're going to do our birthday draw. Let's see. Well, I haven't quite figured out the logistics of this yet. If I should come down here. Let's see. Well, there are two, so I'm just going to pick up this one. The winner of the birthday draw is Kathy Murphy, whose birthday is today. And a portion of our tithe this month will go to youth on their own. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to everyone. You will notice the stuffed animals down here. It is the time for Bears in the Chairs, which launches today. Bears in the Chairs is a way that we support Aviva, which is an organization that supports youth who are being moved into foster care. A couple things around this. Part of Bears in the Chairs that we usually engage with is having a sewing day in early August, and to make and complete bags, these sewn bags that the bears go in and are given away. These are simple drawstring bags, and they are for the purpose of carrying the children's belongings. If no cloth bags are available, you know what those children get? They get trash bags. Yeah. So We make tote bags to help support our Bears in the Chairs. We collect stuffed animals. We collect them through the end of July, and it is in early August that they all get them put together and then they are contributed to Aviva, the organization. If you are a person who sews, and you would like to create some bags during this time to support Bears in the Chairs, there are materials for you to take. They are available in the bookstore area. I think they're just outside the bookstore, or they might be just inside the bookstore. They're in the bookstore area. I would love for you to take a packet. It's very easy. The instructions are all there, doing some simple straight lines on the sewing machine. I think even I could do it. So please help yourself to the materials that are made available. And please, if you would return your finished products by July 25th, they will be delivered to Aviva in early August. We are also collecting new unwrapped stuffed animals to support this project as well. There is small group training, the small group leader training that is going to be happening in June. If you are interested in hosting a small group through Unity of Tucson, please reach out to me at revjonathan@unitytucson.com. I will put you on the list. I've had one person sign up already, super excited about that. But it's an opportunity to create a small tribe within the larger tribe and help get really great, magnificent care and compassion through interaction with people in our community. Registration for next week's Sunday celebration will be open later today. Keep an eye out for that. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you for being here, present with us here today. I do want to offer my gratitude to our technical crew, Wally, Don, Aiden. Thank you for all your support. Magnificent blessings and gratitude for Laura, Karen, Lydia for your participation today. Thank you so much. How about this magnificent band? Always grateful for you, and yeah. Grateful for everybody who's watching online, grateful that you are a part of this spiritual community. Let's complete our time here today with sharing the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Little upbeat version. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Thank you, God, for peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.